Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Rural Digital Bytes webinar. My name is Tina Pregel, and I work on Development Center of the Heart of Slovenia, and it's a pleasure to host today's session. For those who may be joining us for the first time, Rural is a European project focused on the digital transformation of rural tourism. And our goal is to strengthen the digital competences of destination management organizations and rural tourism providers, helping them use digital tools in a practical and strategic way. Today, we are joined by Maria Komatar, Head of Sales and Marketing in Termes Novik, the highest altitude thermal spa in Slovenia. And she will tell us more about digitalization of loyalty programs in thermal tourism. So Maria, thank you very much for being with us today, and the floor is yours.
So we are Termes Novik. A little bit firstly about our thermal spa. We are a green oasis beneath the Alps, so we are really in the central Slovenia regions, just half an hour from Ljubljana, and this is how our thermal resort looks right now. So we have accommodation facilities. We are building a new hotel, which will be Natur Hotel 4-star Superior, first one of this sort in Slovenia. Of course, we have our own thermal pools, so we have a camping place, and of course, development of wellness and everything. So we are really a resort for the thermal tourists, for the spa tourists, and a place for relaxation, for being in the nature. Our philosophy is being active, green, healthy. We are first sustainable thermal spa in Slovenia with also many awards. One of them is EU Ecolabel, which is one of the important ones as we see it in this area. We are doing our most not to be just one with the nature, but also with the local areas, with the locals. We are doing a lot of projects also hand in hand with them, and we are really proud of it. Our thermal water is unique as we are the only one in this area of Slovenia with our own thermal water, and we consider it as a gift for our well-being, for our guests' well-being. It's a mineral-rich healing water with a little bit lower temperatures than all of the other thermal spas in Slovenia, but it still has rich mineral consistency, and also is great for not just for drinking, but also for regeneration and vitality. And this is also one of the starting points why we wanted to create a thermal spa of this kind in this area. So we have inside and outside, of course, pools. So we are making new pools now with a new investment into the new hotel. So we are broadening our services on different levels, all in consideration of our guests' well-being and relaxation part and outdoorsy parts of their stays. I think around 10 years ago, we started to incorporate Kneipp holistic approach into our services. So if you know Kneipp's methods, they actually started with Sebastian Kneipp in Austria, but in Kamnik, so in the town near us. So we have a history of it. Mr. Prašnikar was one of the main person, or one of the first person in this area to incorporate holistic approach by the Kneipp methods into his works. We had a kurhaus, so like a healing area with different with different parts of Kneipp treatments in there. And this was all before, of course, the wars. And in the same time, approximately around when Sebastian Kneipp was working in Austria. And this is why we wanted to implement into our services, because it's not something foreign that we would bring into the area, but it's something that Kamnik and this destination used to live with. Kneipp approach is based on 5 pillars, which are movement, water, herbs, nutrition, and balance. And this is once you come to our terme, you will see it on every step, not just in the services, but also in the visual projections, and not just for the guests, but also for our employees and also for the locals. So we really try to be to work as a one main with all the main points of the surrounding areas also. And then this was the quick presentation so that you get a little bit of what we are or what we are doing here. And then the loyalty program. We had a loyalty program before we started this project, but it was very more old-fashioned. It was manually kept. All the guests had the same bonuses. We called it a Kneipp program also before this project, and it was based on paper cards where all the guests had their own, of course, numbers, and they came to the reception, they showed the card, and then they got 20% discount for the specific treatments or the swimming pool tickets. And as we were going through the digitalization of all of our processes during the COVID era, we were thinking about what we can do also in this area, so of the loyalty program, that we would make it more digitalized, more user friendly, and also to offer more to the regular guests and not just to keep dealing the discounts to anyone who would come and show up. And this is the starting point why we wanted to make a change. And we wanted, in this few years that we were thinking about it, we wanted also to shift away from the discounts towards to rewards for a certain number of points that they reached. So we wanted to make it more motivational for the guests, and especially this is one of the main points. We really appreciate our regular guests, which are really regular. We have a lot of guests coming here daily to enjoy the swimming pool, to swim in this thermal water, and they find it actually healing for them, and they find it rejuvenating for them. And this is what we wanted to emphasize the most about the program. So we designed a program where each euro spent in anywhere in our establishment or online would give them or reward them with 50 Kneipp points. We wanted even to make this program more connected to Kneipp philosophy, because in Slovenia it's not that recognized. So we want to make it a little bit more also we want to make more points on the recognition. So we developed everything around Kneipp in this loyalty program. So we have different points of purchases they can do, and they all bring them these points. And then for the awards, we wanted to, as I said, we wanted to make it motivational. So we made analysis of the purchases mostly bought in our establishment, from the swimming pool to wellness area, accommodation, online shops, and so on. And we found a few which had the most highly rated purchase, and these were the swimming pool tickets, massages and wellness services, and overnight stays. And we separated them into 3 categories, because we have daily guests who come here just for the swimming pool. Those are the most regular ones, actually. And then we have those middle middle group ones who are doing a little bit higher valued purchases. They are coming with the families, they are doing the massages, they are having knife treatments. So we wanted to create a group of awards, motivational also for them. And also, nonetheless, one of the awards or two of the awards are also overnight stays for those who are coming here for multiple day stays, for week stays, and we wanted to reward them with overnight stays also in the apartment village, which we already have, and also for the Natur Hotel, which will be done in June, and then they will be able to use those points to earn a free overnight stay also in the hotel. Um, we a lot of time we get a question, why would somebody become a member of our Knife Club, we call it, so our loyalty program. Our membership is free. They don't need to pay to be a part of it. There is no obligation if they want to sign in and sign out in 1 year or in half of the year. They can do it. There is no restrictions. There is no obligation, but they get a lot of benefits. So everybody who is coming to us, as I said, they get these points, which can be then used for redeeming different awards. And most of the guests who are coming to our thermal spa, they really value their health and well-being, and they come to us not just because they want to go to the vacation or just to have some relaxation experience, but they really do a lot of work on themselves, which is quite important for them, and also of course for us to know that this is we are not just some sort of holiday resort, but really work a lot of also on relaxation, so selfness, wellness, and so on. So we see this membership not just as something that we want to have because everybody is having it, but it's actually an investment from the guest's point of view in their life, because they get more energy, they are relaxed, they have wellness experiences, and they do something for themselves. And this is what we enhance also in the promotions that we are doing for getting new guests to sign in this program. What is the guest's view? So when the guests check in, I had an idea to show you our webpage, but we are right now in the changing of our webpage and the whole everything that you will be looking at when you will be checking our page. And that's why for the first part, we only did the Slovenian part of the loyalty program. So in about a month, we will have it ready also in English. So I just will describe it to you what they get with their, how they see it, or how they can somehow look what they are doing or what they're having. So we firstly wanted to do an app for this loyalty program, because everybody's having apps and that's so trendy. But we did a little bit extensive analysis of our guests, and most of the guests who are coming daily are elderly people who don't use their phones so much, especially not for the apps. So we decided to develop online platform which can be accessible from our webpage. And on this online platform, the guests can find their QR code, which act as their identifier for the points of purchases in our thermal spa. Of course, for the elderly guests, we also made them cards with this QR code so they can keep it in their wallets or just somewhere around, and they can show it at the reception. They don't need to actually use the online platform to be a part of this program. They can see all of their purchases online, so they can check daily purchases, they can check how much they spend, they can check how much points they have, so how much KNAP points they got, for which awards they use them for, and when is the due date for using them, because all the points are valid 1 year, so 365 days are valid, and then they they are not they cannot be used anymore. And also through this program we are going to filter special promotions. So up till now we had a special promotions for all the guests coming to our thermal spa, and from now on we will have special promotions for the stays or for the wellness, for the swimming pools, only for the guests who will be part of our loyalty program. So we want to enhance this experience of being a part of this community that we are creating. From the IT view, we did the integration of all of the points of purchases that you can find. So reservation, PMS, restaurant, CRM, online shop, and swimming pool and wellness. And we integrated them into one system. Of course, we had help from a company who was developing this for us. And for me, as I was leading this project, this was the hardest part of it, because I don't speak the IT language, and we had quite a lot of challenges to put everything together and to work everything, because we have, I think, 4 or 5 different systems in Terme, and then this was additional system, and they had to do all the connections and make sure to everything works and to work properly, because we didn't want to make it online or publish it before everything was working properly. And we did this, of course, with Epic Connections. I had very great partners in this area, so which is I'm very happy and grateful for. What we wanted to achieve with these connections is the instant reaction. So as soon as the guests buy something at the reception or in the restaurant, we can see it in the platform, and for us to check and to make the analysis, and they can see it online. And also there is this return connection, so it's not just the our points of purchases go informations going to the base, but also base is making the connection back to it. So for example, at the receptionists, so when the guests come and show their QR code, and they scan it, they can instantly see the number of the points of these guests, what they can do with it, so if they have some rewards available, and how much points they need for the next reward, and when these points expire. So what we wanted to do with this is that the personnel, so that our employees, don't need to look in the background of the base of the loyalty to see how many points they have, which rewards they have, but we wanted to make this easy also for our employees, to make this part of communication with the guests as easy as possible. So without any further search or multiple, I don't know, platforms, they can see for each guest, which they scan, of course, their code, how much points they have, what they can do with it. And this made the communication of bringing this loyalty program to our guests much easier. What do we get from it? This was the most questioned thing also for us, from everybody who was checking it, who were looking what we are doing. And what I think is the most important for us as a sales and marketing team is the detailed guest description and the target marketing we can do with it. So when the guests sign in, they need to check multiple boxes of what they are interested in, what they would like to receive, of course, of the GDPR and everything, but also the interest. We wanted to see if our guests are more interested in the Knife philosophy, or in the wellness, or in accommodation, or just the daily swimming pool tickets, so that we can make marketing or our general newsletters and everything more personalized for them, and also to make our services personalized for them, because we wanted to make a step further here, to not just have the data and not working with it, but we wanted, and now we are doing this because we are having it now for 2 months, I think, in the action. We are still gathering all these infos so that we can get one step further to make the experience even better for the guests. And of course, there are some analytics data that are also useful for us. What is the most searched for services, or what are the most bought services purchased? What is the frequency of visits of each member of the loyalty habit, their points redemption. So when they get enough points, what they want to use it for. And this is also the analysis we already made. So we compared their purchases and for which awards they did the redemption of these points for. And here we got the confirmation that we were thinking in the right way with these three parts of award system. So for swimming pools and for massages and then for accommodations, because this is going the way that we predicted it would. And we also can make analysis of the average purchase value, daily purchase value for the each pillar of our business, so the accommodation, wellness, restaurant, and so on. We can see how much money is spent on each of it, and we can predict with this, not now, but in a year or in 2 years, we will be able to predict also the timelines of the purchases of our most regular guests. And of course, other analytics backgrounds of our guests. So we can really do a lot of things with this data. We can play around with it, as I say, all in the thought of making the experience of the guests with us even better, to make it even more personalized, to make services that they want, that they need, and that we actually have, so that we have this data background for the decisions that we are making further on for the workings of our business. So this is introduction or a little bit of it from my part. And now if you have any questions, of course, I am here available to answer it if you want something to see or know, or maybe some details.
I can see the question in the chat. So Todor is asking, how long ago did you start this program and how do you actually evaluate its benefits? It is also interesting to know what your annual system maintenance costs are.
So the idea was growing a few years ago, we started growing a few years ago, but because we had a lot of different projects, we were kind of postponing this one. And we started developing it in like more of idealistic version 2 years ago. We had it prepared because we wanted to do it a little bit faster. But the real work started last year in February, I think, where we found the partners who can make this for us and who will do all the API connections and integrations and so on. And we put it online at the end of December, beginning of January this year, because I wanted to make it as good as possible for user experience, especially kind of point of view, because we had a lot of regular guests and we knew that we will have a little bit of problem here or an issue with them because we took away their direct discounts and we changed the value perception of it. So we had a lot of also communication in progress and we talked with them personally. So this was like a whole project of itself. Also, we are evaluating the benefits in two ways. One is the data analysis that we are doing, which is we had it for a month and a half, so I cannot say that we got this and this and this out of it. But we are doing it in two ways. So one is the data way, and one is the experience of the guests part. And this was really, really important for us because we don't want to lose, of course, our regular guests and we want to keep them satisfied. So from this point of view, I can say that we were quite successful of also representing to the guests what are their awards, what are their benefits, and they accepted it quite nicely. I expected more problems with this, but I think also as we did a lot of mentor time with our reception employees and the restaurant employees, so the waiters and the masseuses and so on, and they really transferred it very greatly to the guests so that they understood that we don't want to take something away from them, but we want to award more those who are more regular. And this was the still the main idea of it. The costs were not so low because we wanted to do something different than all of the other loyalty system that they have in Slovenia for this thermal area, let's say. And so the yearly cost is approximately around 5 to 6 thousand euros, which contains so the monthly costs of maintenance and all the upgrades and all the changes and everything that the our partners are working are doing for us. And the initial cost was for everything, of course, also the website implementation and this base and all the Epic connection was around 30,000 euros.
Okay, thank you, Maria. There's another question. Did you pay for the implementation of the system with your own funds, or did you use some external funding?
So most of the starting, so this cost was covered by the STAIR project, so which we did with the organization Last Service Slovenia, Heart of Slovenia. So this is also what we had a little bit of a push to do it in the last year when we got the opportunity to get some fundings. Part of it was with our own fundings, and of course, all of now the yearly costs and all of the upgrades will be our own fundings.
Okay. So does anyone else maybe have a question? Okay. If not, we have come to the end of today's session. Thank you very much to everyone who joined us today. And special thank you to you, Maria, for the insightful presentation. I can see that there's another comment from Todor. They were your guests before you implemented the system, and we hope to take advantage of your new programs next time.
Perfect. Very welcome to come and to join us in our thermal spa.